Hey, Charlie here.
And Delilah.
We're fixing to do an unboxing. We don't really have them in boxes of all the glass we bought in Santa Fe. We're going to try to show you the front side of it as it comes out of the pickup truck, and then the back side of it, then the transmission side of it, as Delilah takes and puts it in the rack. So I've got the Nikon set up over behind the pickup, and we've got the GoPro set up here in the shop, and we're going to see what we can do with that. Okay, so first thing I got to do is get it out of our great glass rack that we built just for hauling glass back from Santa Fe. And typical, I tend to over-engineer things. And okay, Lila, hop over there. I'll hand them down to you. Bullseye, by the way, does a really good job of packing your glass.
Bullseye Santa Fe.
Yeah, we went to the Resource Center in Santa Fe is where we went. Ooh. This is clear Egyptian blue opal streaky. See, look at that.
It's a very beautiful color.
Okay. Black
So
opal,
pretty.
black opalescent.
Well, black doesn't look like anything except, black.
Wait, here's two black opalescents. Go ahead and show that one off. Just stick this one in the glass racks. These are both, all three have been fusible glass. Some of what we got is not fusible. Okay. This is a transparent graphite ripple, which is a highly textured clear.
As he said, this is highly textured, very, very deep ripples in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it is fusible.
Okay, I didn't know we got this. I thought we said we were too poor to get this stuff. Anyway, this is gold purple opalescent.
Well, quite frankly, he said we were too poor to get it. I couldn't pass it up. So we ended up with it. Like I said, gold purple. It's gorgeous. And it is a fusible color also.
This is orange transparent. It's a fusible glass. Very pretty.
The orange transparent, I can hardly wait. It's Halloween season, and I think orange transparent is going to be gorgeous.
Okay. This is one of my favorite colors, deep royal blue. Of course, I can't tell it and purple apart, but anyway, that's a whole nother issue.
Deep royal blue, isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it pretty? And it's a transparent, by the way.
And here's Caribbean transparent fusible. Caribbean blue. This is garnet red transparent. Of course, as soon as you start doing this, telemarketer calls, and it's fusible. Gorgeous.
Okay, a transparent red, isn't it so pretty? But what you must know about transparent reds, or any red, is they're very hard to make. And therefore kind of pricey.
Okay, this is Carnelian Transparent, and it's fusible, but it's also a striker glass, which means it'll change colors once we fire it.
And by having a striker glass, that means we need to do the research to find out just how it's going to transform when we do put it in the kiln.
You'll notice there that Charlie the ADHD monster lost his scissors momentarily. Happens. Okay, this is one of the things colorblind people hate. This is red amber, so I don't know if it's red or if it's amber.
I'll let you know later that it really is amber. But it is a fusible, and it is very gorgeous, and it is very transparent.
Okay. This is green tea tint. This is a tint, which means you can put it in stuff and, you know, tint the colors off. It's fusible. Very pretty.
One of the things that the tint means is that it's an extremely light color. It looks almost clear.
And here is a lavender green shift tint, which means this one will shift colors a little bit when it's fired.
Here again, once we decide to put this in the kiln, we're going to have to check the colors because it will change color some in the heat in the kiln.
And this is erbium pink tint. Looks almost clear to me. My color vision does not pick that one up.
Well, he may not see the color, but I do, and it is a gorgeous pink tint. Very, very pretty.
Okay, Delilah's showing the transmission. I'm showing the front, just the front reflected view of these things. I don't think this one's going to adequately show how beautiful this glass is for the front reflection. But this is cranberry, royal blue, spring green, streaky, soft purple, soft ripple.
I don't know if this will show or not. This is a gorgeous color, but you have to be able to see it, I think, in person. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So, like he said, cranberry, royal blue, spring green, streaky, with soft ripples. That means it's got a nice texture to it. It's not a heavy texture. It's just a very nice texture.
Okay, so here's another striker glass. Clear spring green opal streaky, and it's fusible, but it's a striker glass. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty glass. We're gonna have to fire it and do some test firings on it.
Well, when even my husband can see the beauty of a color, you know that it's really a gorgeous, gorgeous color. This beautiful, beautiful green going all the way to clear, and like he said, it is a striker color, so it will change when we put it in the kiln.
Okay, starting on the other side of the rack here. Okay, this is Adventuring Blue Transparent Double Rolled Rainbow Irid, and it is nice looking. Oh my goodness.
I happen to be in love with irids. They are so beautiful. They reflect different colors. And this one is a really pretty irid with a black backdrop. If I turn it over, it's black and shiny. But this side, you get different colors showing in it. It's gorgeous.
Okay, so this is white deep forest green, caramel opal streaky, and you can see from the reflected side of that, that's pretty. That is a nice looking piece of glass, fusible and everything.
Well, here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty with all the different colors, and they all are just running together. Isn't it gorgeous?
Okay, speaking of showstoppers, this is clear and blue Aberdeen streaky. It's adventuring. Not one of my colors, evidently. That is pretty. We buy some of these streakies particular. We can fuse with them, or we can make stainless glass.
With the deep blue going all the way to clear and the streaks running through it. It is so pretty. I love the adventuring colors.
Okay, this is one of the colors Charlie likes. This one's labeled True Blue Transparent, and it's an irid, and it's pretty.
As he said, this is an irid, another irid, but this one is not black backed. And what an irid means is that it has a metallic coating on the top of it that gives this other shine to it, another color to it. I hope it shows up on the video because it's so pretty.
Okay. Now this next one, it just gets showy at this point. This is a petrified wood streaky fusible glass, and oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that.
Okay, when you're talking some of these streakies, you got several colors that show up in it. They're beautiful. And oh, by the way, the reason I can handle these is because they have rolled edges on them. So the edges aren't sharp here. Now the top and the bottom are cut and are sharp and would cut me. But the edges are rolled edges and they're beautiful. And this streakiness that goes through this allows the light to come through. Some places it's almost clear, some places it's so dark that you can hardly see through it.
Okay, this next one's one that I like making projects out of. This is one of my favorite colors for doing things with, because I like a nice yellow I can see as a yellow. And this is Marigold Yellow Opalescent. We, by the way, and recycle all the papers.
Like he said, yellow, isn't it pretty? It's such a pretty yellow. And we've got some frit to go with it that's sunflower and some that's orange, and these colors are going to show up so pretty on this.
Oh. Okay, so this is one of those that you can fuse with it, or you can do. This is peacock blue, white, streaky, and gosh, that's a pretty glass. Fusible.
Another streaky, clear, and so transparent, meaning that we can see through some areas. Some areas are completely opaque. It's so beautiful. This color is so gorgeous.
Okay, this piece, it's hard to see, it's streaky out here in the sun. Kind of. But it's an irid. It's a light turquoise blue, true blue, streaky.
Irid.
May not be an irid.
Nope, here it is, a light turquoise. Isn't that pretty? Streaky means it's got colors streaked all through it. It's got other blues streaked through the turquoise. It is so pretty.
Okay, this is the first piece we've gotten to that, while it's a beautiful piece of glass, this is a piece of stained glass. And you can see just from the front side reflection on this, it's a gorgeous piece of glass. This is white, lime green, turquoise, gold, pink, ring model, and it is not fusible. They say that with all these ring models on it, that if you fire it, they'll all vanish. And so you lose a lot of the prettiness. Oh, heck, I didn't even look. I was on the wrong side of that. Wow, that's pretty.
As he said, all these beautiful colors, white, lime green, turquoise, golden pink, and with ring models through it. And I don't know if you can see the ring modeling or not. I can only see it if I turn it just a certain way. I hope that you can see it. It's so pretty. It will make a beautiful, that's the side it's on. It's so beautiful. It will make beautiful stained glass windows. This is not fusible, which means we can't put it in the kiln, because if we did, it would change everything about it. And I'm going to put it down here in a separate container.
This is warm white, light amber, streaky. Make a very classic church window stained glass, but it's also still fusible. OMG.
Look at this. Isn't this pretty? You can see through it and see the white and the amber color. Like I said, it is fusible.
Okay, this next one, I don't even know if Delilah knows we got. This is one of those I was like, I don't even do the stained glass and I want this. It's not fusible, so it's not anything we can fuse with, but it is a pretty piece of glass. Kind of hard to see out here in the sun, but it's an irid, and it's patina green model, ring model, whatever. Look at the back side of it, the non-irid side. Oh my gosh, both sides of that are gorgeous.
This one shows the ring modeling better than the last one did. See how pretty that is? This is a special way they treat this glass. And like he said, this one is not fusible. This will be something I will make stained glass windows out of, or maybe sun catchers. And it's got a little bit of texture to it because of when they added the color, it kind of bubbles. And that's what gives it this model, ring modeling, they call it.
Mr. ADHD lost the scissors.
Huh?
Mr. ADHD lost the scissors. Here, let's stack all this stuff
There they are.
out here. There they are.
Put them on the wheel well. Put them on the wheel well.
Okay. Whew. Okay, this is red transparent. This is just flat out a red. Fusible.
Red transparent. Isn't that pretty? Wouldn't that make a beautiful church window? Isn't that gorgeous?
Okay. This next one's another striker glass, and it is cranberry pink white streak. Gosh, that's pretty. We're out behind our shop, and so the neighbors drive by and everything else while we're doing this.
Cranberry, white, streaked. Like I said, you can see through. Here's the corner. You can see clear through it because it's clear glass. And it goes from that to a deep purple with a pink in it. Oh, it's so pretty.
Okay, this is one my wife picked out because I don't usually pick out grays. This is driftwood gray, or as I call it, some form of rat poop white. But anyway.
Well, on occasion you need a gray, a nice gray, neutral gray. And I don't care if he doesn't like it. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous color.
Okay. This is a pine green transparent. Very pretty.
When I start making pretty windows, sometimes I need green for a tree or something. Isn't this a pretty green? Now you wonder why we get so much of this glass. We needed to make a trip to Santa Fe. That's like 8 hours from here. So we didn't want to make a trip for just a small amount.
Okay. I thought this was gray, but here's my color blindness kicking in. This is petal pink opalescent.
He thought this was gray. I'm sorry, this is such a pretty pink. It's such a nice pale pink. It's lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous.
glass rack, by the way, is really nice if you're hauling a bunch of glass. What is that? This is a deep red opalescent striker.
And this is one of the last pieces we bought down there. It's a red striker, which of course means it's going to change color probably when we put it in the kiln. But it is such a pretty red. It's a really bright red.
And this is Deco Gray, which is opalescent, which is, it's a gray that even Mr. Colorblind can tell is gray. Oh, grand.
See what a pretty neutral gray? It is absolutely gorgeous.
Okay. So, what remains here, and we're just going to unload that off camera, is 3 sheets of white Tecta and 4 sheets of clear Tecta. We already have a whole pile of clear Tecta. And so that's the color glass we bought. It's kind of was a cool trip. We got a bunch of other stuff to show you too though, but I'm going to shut the Nikon off. And we're going to move in out of this hot. I mean, I know it's mid to late September, but Odessa just tends to be hot. So, while we were there, as usual, we spent way too much money on frit. We buy lots of frit. And so, this is a whole bunch of clear irid transparent for something sweet baby's doing. White opalescent coarse frit for something she's doing. Deep red frit for something I'm doing. Tomato red for something I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah. Yellow.
Nobody can see anything I'm doing because my baby is standing between me and the camera.
Okay. Go ahead. You should do it again.
Okay. Deep red, opalescent, medium, tomato red. Sunset coral for something I think my wife is doing. And pumpkin orange. I started to get me a gradient of reds and yellows, and so being colorblind. Oh, here's red confetti. That's kind of a real thin glass.
Black confetti.
Send a clear and other stuff. Here's some black confetti. Here's
mixed
some
confetti.
Mixed miscellaneous confetti.
Show them up the bottle up close so they can see. Confetti is very thin, very
like
thin
this,
glass. See, little pieces.
Guaranteed me touching it, I probably have already cut myself.
Also bought us a can.
A new can of Zip.
Now we have used Zip, but we've used the kind you have to shake real hard.
We got us a new cane stretcher so we don't stand here and use needle nose pliers and play tug of war while stretching lead cane. Lead cane has to be stretched because it stiffens it up and does something to it, but we got that. Solder. She goes through tons and tons of solder. A mold. We're making these things already, we're just not making enough of them, so we got us another star mold. We make ornaments, and if you'll look on our web page, when I get some photography done, you'll find all the ornaments on there.
This is a slumping mold. In other words, we'll put something long and thin in here and slump it down and make like a dish out of it.
And she got a really long and thin one too. So if you need bread dishes for your baguettes, holler at us. Look on our webpage and see if you can find it. Right now, this is a really cool thing about our webpage. So far, there's almost no glass on it because we can't get anybody to photograph it. Ha! Wonder who that would be.
This one is another slumping mold. It's a big square mold. I've had a couple of pieces that would overlap other molds, and so I've looked for something to put it in, and this is what I'm going to do.
See, that's a piece of glass. We've got several really pretty pieces of glass to go in it. You'll be able to look eventually on our webpage. See, we can set this up in here, put it in the kiln, slump it, and come out with this gorgeous sea red and everything.
Okay, I'm going to take this to the other room and lay it on the dining room table.
And I'm going to continue to unpack some of the stuff we got. Okay, this is a new experiment. They're 12 bucks. It's a carbide stick that you can use to take the edge off of glass after you've cut it. You don't really need to take the edge off if you're fusing it, but if you're doing stained glass, holy cow, that's a bleeding experience if you're not careful. You'll be putting the foil on and it's like, oh look, I can't even get the foil to stick because of all the blood running down. Or that's me. Okay, Mr. Colorblind got him something that's kind of like the ultimate toy for colorblind people. Glass line paint kit. This is the 18 glass line paints where you can paint and everything. This is a great toy for colorblind people. I'm sure I'll get miles and miles of use out of this. But anyway, I've got some projects in mind. And even though I'm colorblind, I do pretty good just reading the names off the labels and knowing that that thing should be blue or something like that. And I can see blue and I can see red. I can't see purple. And, you know, I might call your brown red, and all the pinks look gray to me and all the grays look like light shades of white or off shades of white. So anyway, glass line paint. I think that's pretty much it. We did get us a...
I might add that those glass line paints, when you look at a church window, a lot of times you'll see faces and stuff in the window. Those were painted on, and then they're usually cooked into the glass. In other words, they're put in the kiln after they're painted on, and that's what this paint does. It allows you to cook it into the glass, and we've got enough colors so we should be able to make the entire rainbow of colors and be able to work with everything that we might ever need. And this should last us a really long time, I hope.
About a week. No, I'm kidding. We don't go through glass anywhere yet. We also got this Bullseye color wheel. This will be fun for me to play with because I have no idea what this thing's about. But anyway, let me see if I can get all this spun into a video and everything, get it online. We should start getting a lot more regular on videos. We've got a couple of videos working right now where we're putting together a glass tabletop for an antique oak table we're adding a glass top to and stuff. And you know, we're going to do some on how to do sun catchers and stuff. This is one of our Halloween sun catchers, and you know, these will be going up on the website soon. But anyhow, we've also got a show this weekend where we're supposed to go. It's here in Odessa, and so we're gonna go show some there. We don't sell a lot at the shows, but it's a good way to meet people and occasionally get somebody that want to have their portraits made and stuff like that in my studio. But anyway, we love all you guys, and we will put this together in a video.
And it will be beautiful. And I hope you enjoy looking at the glass. The glass is what brought me into this. I love glass. I love the way it works. I love the way it is.
I'm trying to turn off the talker.
But I love glass.